Good afternoon and welcome to yet another Off the Lip radio show. I heard my theme tune today in my yoga class, 1979 by... Who sang that? 1979, who sang that? It was in my yoga... Holy God, I got my signature tune for the show, but... Anyway, 1979. If anybody knows, they can look us up on Facebook. Anyway, I'm here today with...
Gina Occhipinti Borasi.
The reason I didn't say that because I would completely mess that up. But you got to speak up a little higher.
Yeah, most people do mess it up.
They do?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm used to it by now.
There's no chance. How many judges have messed that up?
I always hand my card right when I get in.
You do?
Yep. And introduce myself,
So, who the heck is this lady right here? She is, I don't know why we're doing this, but we're going to do it. Because I've always got characters from Santa Cruz on the show. So it used to be kind of all surf and skate. And now it's just like, pretty much anybody from Santa Cruz that's like, who's, you know, got personality, smile, character, got things to say and stuff to talk about. It's interesting. So this lady right here is a personal injury. Gina's a personal injury attorney here in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I just want to say, too, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Are you sure? You may want to hold off on that.
Well, okay, we'll wait till the end.
If you want to leave, you just do drop mic. If you want to leave, you drop mic and you walk out the door.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
That's
Boom.
the plan.
So, how long have you been an attorney for? How did that come about? Did you do it? Did you want to be like 8 years old? You sat on the dinner table and go, I want to be an attorney, or?
Well, when I was in high school, it was something that I thought about. But actually, when I was in middle school, what I had done was I wrote a paper for a teacher. And on the top of the paper, she said, have you ever thought about being an attorney?
Right.
So that planted the seed then in middle school.
Okay.
It continued to grow. And then I ended up going to UCSC and I studied legal studies.
Yeah.
Then after I graduated from UCSC, I started working here in this office I mentioned to you earlier as a paralegal.
Right.
So I was 22 years old working as a paralegal for a personal injury attorney here. And I just wanted to do it. I went to grad school thinking, oh, maybe I want to be a teacher, and I studied women's studies. And then by the time I was done, I knew I wanted to go to law school.
Right. Now, there's many facets to being an attorney, obviously, right? I know a couple of them, and a couple of attorneys here in town, everyone is different. How many, you chose personal injury. It seems to be like the most exciting.
Well, I mean, for me, I love personal injury work, and I think, well, there's a couple of reasons why. First of all, I've done a lot of work helping victims. So I volunteered for Monarch Services. Years ago, it was actually Women's Crisis Support. I'm helping women who are victims of domestic violence. I worked for Victim Witness at the District Attorney's Office, helping victims of crime. Also California Rural Legal Assistance. I just liked helping people.
Right. And
it kind of just ended up working out that way. And the personal injury attorney that I worked for, I knew personal injury. I had worked for him for 7 years.
Yeah. So you know kind of inside out?
I did. And
am I right? Is it kind of the most, we have our friend Shelley, right?
Yeah.
Shelley, who does like league, who does what? What does she do?
I think she does estate planning.
Estate planning. Yeah. I mean, it seems like a bit of a snooze. I mean, hope she's not listening. It sounds like a bit of a snoozer. I mean, everyone needs an estate plan, right?
Yeah.
But it seems like you're more of action.
Well, I feel like criminal defense work would probably be really exciting. But I think personal injury can be exciting. There's definitely some interesting scenarios of things that happen.
Are you allowed to share ones that have taken place and like have resulted in something? I know you can't talk about cases that are pending. But
most of the cases that I have are car accident cases. And I do a lot of also animal attacks, so like dog bites and other animals.
Dog bites? You can sue somebody for having a dog? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, and a lot of the cases I've had involve minors, so
right.
A kid who's at a birthday party or out in public pets someone's dog and they get bit in the face. Pretty sad, yeah, but those are a lot of the dog bite cases that I have.
Strangest case you ever had?
You know what? One of the strangest cases I have right now.
Really?
So I can't really talk about it, but it involves an animal attack.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it bizarre?
It's pretty bizarre.
Oh.
So maybe someday we can talk about it.
Can I come back? Can I come back in a couple of weeks?
Yeah. Yeah, it's bizarre. It's not involving a dog.
I'm going to take a guess. A cat bit somebody.
It's more than a cat bite, though. Yeah, so cats... I mean, cats, I am a major cat lover.
Yeah.
But when I had my first baby, we were worried that our dog was going to do something to the baby, but it actually ended up being my cat that scratched the baby in the face.
If you're thinking out there about getting a pet, top 3 pets you should avoid getting from your standpoint are.
Oh God.
Do not get a
dogs.
Which dog?
Okay, I have a Queensland Heeler that I love more than anything, but he's the biggest pain
Those are
in the
big
butt.
dogs, right?
They're thick, muscular. They're just very high energy.
Right.
They're the most beautiful dogs, but they are high energy.
And you decided to get, you have 2 young kids, right?
Yep.
So you decided, you're married, 2 young kids, you decided to get a high energy dog.
Well, I got him before.
Oh, I got him
Before
the kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you think about, hey, we should get rid of the dogs. This is going to be a nightmare.
No, I was young and in love,
okay.
and my boyfriend at the time was like, let's get this dog.
Yeah.
And 13 years later, he's still trucking along.
And high energy at 13?
Yeah.
Flying around.
Yeah. And if we take him on a walk and he sees another dog, he will rip your arm right out of your shoulder.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Top 3 dogs are? So which dogs shouldn't you get as a pet?
So I don't.
So you might end up in court with you.
I feel like I don't want to necessarily say a breed because a lot of it has to do with the owner. I think.
Right.
And
I get that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, forget that question.
Yeah. I don't want to give any dogs
bad reputation. Yeah. All of a sudden,
no one wants to adopt the dogs at the shelter.
Right. Well.
But I mostly handle car accident cases. That's a lot of what I do.
Highway 17's got to be your friend.
Yeah, I have a lot of accidents that happen on 17.
You need to put your name on that billboard up there.
I actually was on a billboard a while back.
You were?
Yeah, I didn't want to be.
There aren't too many billboards in Santa Cruz.
It was between Salinas and Morgan Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a heck of posh, you mean?
Something like it. I don't. Yeah, I was on the way down. Yeah. It was on the way north that way. And I drove by it once, and it was just pretty, as my 9-year-old daughter would say, cringy.
It was cringy?
Yeah, it's just cheesy. All that stuff I think is cheesy.
Was it cheesy?
Yeah, but the firm I was working for at the time asked me to do it, and so I did it. But.
Well, you guys have a reputation too, right? There's a little bit of one. Ambulance chasing, right? They call it. Here in this country, they don't. I don't know what they call it in England, but here they call it. I mean, I can't see you running around chasing.
I mean, think about all the jokes that I hear. Me being a personal injury attorney and my husband's a firefighter paramedic.
Right.
So the jokes they make about that.
He's getting you business.
Yeah. That's the joke. It's not real. It doesn't happen.
I'm not. No. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, worst cases as far as a car accident. Highway 17 is going to be the worst, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I've had some bad ones on Highway 1, like around Moss Landing. You know, people not paying attention and veering and head-on collisions.
Right.
San Miguel Canyon Road in near Salinas. 17 Highway 1. Yeah, a lot going on.
So how do you get your business? How does it come? You obviously you're not doing a billboard, but how do you? You're not advertising off the lip.
No, not yet.
I got 5. Oh, check.
So initially, when I first opened my practice. There was an attorney who actually was renting this exact space here who was retiring. So he sold me all his equipment, everything. And when people were calling him, he would just refer them over to me.
Right.
Because I had worked in this office for a long time. I had done some paralegal work for him. So that's initially how it got started.
Right.
I had another attorney referring cases to me. And a lot of it is other attorneys that I know and clients that I already have, a family member or a friend.
So you're mainly working on personal stuff. You're not working anything to do with politics, anything to do with the sheriff's department or the police, right?
No.
So you're not involved in that at all.
No, I mean I'm on 2 boards: Women Lawyers of Santa Cruz County and Santa Cruz County Bar Association.
What do they do when they're home?
I mean, so women lawyers, we basically our mission is to promote the advancement of women in the legal profession and to address the concerns of women in our society. So we have a lot of continuing legal education events that align with that mission. And
I would think there are quite a few women attorneys in this town, aren't there?
There are. I mean, I think we have like 80 members.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a good group, real supportive group.
And how often do you end up in court?
I'm not in court very often.
No? Are you good at it? Are you, is it scary you to go in there and face the, I'm going to say face the music, but to be in court?
I get a little nervous. Yeah. I get nervous. But... You know, I did theater as a child, so there you go. No, I mean, I get a little nervous, but I feel like Santa Cruz County, it's a small community, and it's pretty supportive, and I've never really had a bad experience. Even when I was first starting out, you know, the judges are really courteous and polite, from my experience. And professional, so...
So you got if you have some guy or girl or man or woman and she's underinsured or has no insurance, gets in an accident, how are you be able to help the person that was in the accident because they don't have any money or they've got obviously don't have any money or lack of money? How does that person get compensated?
Well, yeah, that's very common.
It seems like it's a dead end street because
not necessarily.
You don't get blood out of a turnip.
Well, I've actually had a lot of cases where there's just not enough insurance money and the accident is severe and the damages are really high. Basically, of course, I want my client to have insurance no matter what, because in California, if you don't have insurance, you cannot get any non-economic damages. You can get your economic damages paid, so wage loss, medical bills, but you can't get any compensation for pain and suffering. So I always want to make sure my client has some insurance coverage at the time of the accident. And yeah, I mean,
do you take somebody on if they don't have don't have insurance or been in an accident? You don't.
I don't.
It's too much of it. It's a dead end, a waste of time.
Well, for them, that like I said, they can recover compensation for their medical bills or other economic damages. But then, how are they going to pay me? Because my compensation comes out of the lump sum that I settle. So sometimes I'll advise them. This is what you need to do. I can help you a little bit along the way. But usually I won't sign on someone that doesn't have any insurance.
So I got T-boned the other day by a guy that ran a red light in my truck. Obviously, when the time I pulled over, he's gone, so I'm screwed. But if I do come in here, if I walk in here having been in an accident and I have insurance, what's the following steps that you take with me? Okay,
so in a situation like that where it's a hit and run, I would hopefully you would have at least called 911 and gotten a report prepared, and you have insurance. So your insurance, hopefully you have underinsured or uninsured motorist coverage. Your insurance will do an investigation for you. I would assist you in doing an investigation, and so will the law enforcement. They will make efforts to find out who this person was. But if it comes down to you can't locate the person, if you have uninsured motorist coverage, then that's what your coverage is for. For hit and run accidents, or if you're involved in an accident and the person doesn't have any insurance at all.
How do I'm sitting over here in that chair. How do I hire you as my attorney?
So you come in.
How do you get compensated?
So I get compensated by what I recover for you. So if I say recover for you $10,000, my fee is usually 1/3 of that.
Okay.
But
is that normal across the board?
That's pretty normal.
Right.
Yeah, and it ranges, if it's a minor, someone that's under 18, the fee is usually 25%, or if the case is litigated, that increases to 40%. But I always work with my clients and make sure that I'm not recovering more than they're recovering. So if a situation presents like you described, where there's someone that's underinsured, there's not enough coverage, I'll work really hard to get all those bills reduced and liens reduced, and then I'll also reduce my fee.
What do you normally see? What do you normally see with people? They're not what seems to be the top three. What's the word I'm looking for?
Top three scenarios or situations.
Top three scenarios that come people sitting here in your office.
So I do often see defendants or at-fault drivers that are underinsured. And then the hope is that my client has underinsured motorist coverage. So anyone out there that's listening to this, check your policy.
Yeah.
I recommend having 100,000 at least of underinsured, uninsured motorist coverage and medical payments coverage, which pays for medical bills related to the accident, whether you're at fault or not.
Right.
And it will pay for you and passengers. Anyway, so I hope that my client has adequate coverage. If they don't, like I described before, I do whatever I can, get the policy limits, and then work on reducing medical bills, talking to providers, negotiating with health insurance companies, so that my client's not in debt.
So that's what you meant you're dealing with traffic is traffic.
A lot of it, yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
What else?
So I do handle, these are traffic accidents too, but bicycles, motorcycles, and also pedestrian accidents sometimes.
Yeah.
And then, like I mentioned before, animal incidences.
Right.
Yeah.
That's going to be, no, the animal incident is going to be...
They are.
Right?
Especially, like I said, I work with a lot of minors. And the photos of these, of the injuries that kids get, it's really sad.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. It isn't, when I said top 3 dogs, it should be top 3 people.
Yeah.
Right? That's the problem.
Yeah.
The people are the problem.
They are. I mean, and even, it just depends. But, like, I feel like even in my own house, around my dogs, my kids have friends over. I always tell them, okay, you got to give the dog space. Don't get in too into their face.
Right.
Let them eat. Let them rest. Don't try and ride them.
Right. So my last dealing with an attorney was like 20 years ago when I got divorced. So I had to give that attorney a retainer. Mm-hmm. Is that something I have to do with you?
I don't take retainers. So basically,
it's basically what I get from the insurance company, you get basically
exactly
1/3 or whatever.
Whatever I recover for you, I take a percentage.
Okay.
But I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's free until you make until she's free. FREE. We love that word on the show.
Yeah.
Free until you get some money and she gets a tiny little bit of it.
Well, and that's true with personal injuries in general.
Right.
Free consultations. So if you are in an accident, there's a lot of really good personal injury attorneys in town. They all do the same thing. It's a free consultation, and it's all contingency fee based. So
Right.
whatever they recover for you, they take a percentage of that.
Okay, some piece of cake.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
and your filing cabinet's full of cases right now.
those are closed files.
Oh, they're
because I'm
closed.
mostly working from home now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, ever since COVID, I have a home office, and it's actually worked out pretty well because I mentioned to you earlier, my husband's a firefighter.
Yeah.
So that
he's
way,
gone certain times of the day.
Yep, he's gone, for his shift, and that way I can stay home and
Yeah.
work, and then also pick kids up from school, take them to all their sports, and.
Do you think a lot of people in your industry, are working from home?
I do, yeah. And even I feel like a lot of the claims adjusters who I'm dealing with, they're working from home too now.
There's no reason to have an office downtown.
Not really.
Right?
I mean, I do meet with clients here occasionally, and it's important to have confidential meetings.
Yeah.
Because the things that we talk about are confidential and private. But a lot of times when it just comes to signing papers, we just meet at a coffee shop.
Don't you think it's better to when you can look at people face to face and see that they're telling the truth or not telling the truth,
Yeah.
or what's BS, what's not BS?
Yeah, I do think so.
Yeah. More so than on Zoom.
Yeah, I mean, Zoom you can still, learn a little bit about them and look at, their demeanor.
Yeah,
and,
right.
But yeah, it is great to meet in person.
Hardest case you had was? That was past tense? Did you have one you really had to scratch your head at for a long time?
Well, I think the hardest cases for me are people that have suffered a lot of trauma. So it's not necessarily
from an accident.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a legal challenge. It's more dealing with their emotions and the trauma of what happened to them.
Right.
That's probably the hardest part.
Right.
Because it can be really traumatic. I mean, there's a lot of people that before they're in an accident are really active, doing sports, and have a certain lifestyle, and then suddenly they can't.
Yeah.
And the accident wasn't their fault. So they're dealing with a lot of that. and debt, and
Yeah.
these personal injury cases take a long time sometimes to resolve.
Do you deal with a lot of drunk driving stuff?
Yeah, I've had a lot of cases
Yeah?
with drunk drivers or, drivers that are under the influence of drugs.
Right.
And those are interesting too because the district attorney's office will be investigating or prosecuting those cases, and that is one way that I'll help my clients is also by helping them work with the DA's office so they can get additional compensation for them.
So tell everybody, what do you tell everybody who's listening right now exactly what you do and what you can give, someone walks into this office and sits down here, what you can offer them.
So basically, I can offer them, first off, peace of mind.
Yeah.
Someone is handling your claim for you. Yeah. All you have to worry about once you're working with me is going to the doctor and getting your health back.
Can I interject something? You kind of have to use an attorney, because if I got in a car accident and I wanted to, proceed with some kind of court case or settlement, you're not going to do it by yourself. I wouldn't know where to start. Am I going to go down to the courthouse and knock on the door?
The first part of it is to try and deal with the insurance company, the other driver's insurance company, and present a claim and get compensation through that avenue.
And you need someone. You need experience to do that.
I think so. Yeah. I really do.
If I call them up, they're going to go.
Well, yeah, and they're going to want you to make a statement right off the bat, and then whatever you say during that statement, they'll use against you later.
Right.
And I think the best thing to do is talk to an attorney first before you ever give a statement.
Right. It's
to the
free
insurance
too, anyway.
company.
Free. You get free.
Exactly.
Free. We like that word, free. F-R-E-E.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can get a free consultation and do that before you speak to an insurance company.
Okay. Website? Go ahead.
Yeah, but I was just going to say, the other thing is, so once you're getting the care that you need, you have then me who would be requesting all your medical records and bills, getting that organized, getting a demand package presented to the insurance company with all your get your wage loss from your employer, and keeping everything organized for you, and really creating a picture for the insurance company of how you got hurt and what your damages are and why they need to compensate you. So that way you can take care of yourself and you don't have to worry about the insurance company calling every day. And I've even dealt with the collection agencies and told them, hey, keep this on hold while we deal with this case. Yeah. So, because that's a stress too, the debt related to an accident. Yeah. So, but you're asking the website. BorasiLaw.com.
BORASI law.com.
You got it. So you spelled my last name right.
I checked out your website. It's good.
Yeah.
So you can. It's informative. It's simple. It's not like one of those websites like that. It's so much to look at. It's simple and easy to understand. Go check it out. BorasiLaw.com.
Yep.
And the phone number?
So the office number here is 831-458-0502, and I'm at extension 111.
Okay.
And an easy way too to reach out to me is Facebook and Instagram at Santa Cruz Attorney.
Oh, that's right. You got that at Santa Cruz Attorney.
Yeah. So you could send messages through there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully you're never going to get in an accident. If you do, she's the person to come see.
Well, yeah, and then also, too, even if you weren't in an accident, but you're looking for a referral to an attorney in town, I've been working in Santa Cruz in the legal field since I was 22. Yeah. So I know a lot of attorneys and a lot of legal resources. We have a lot of great legal nonprofits in Santa Cruz. Yeah. So, I can lead people to those
so you can refer
as well.
People.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Because I know it's hard to navigate.
It's very hard
who
to navigate.
To call, who, who's trustworthy.
I mean, I went to look at your stuff today, and there's so much comes up. You don't know what button to push. Yeah. I just wanted to find out the information on you, but if somebody has a case or a case they want to put forward, there's a lot you can get lost in it easily. Well,
yeah, especially if you type in Santa Cruz personal injury attorney, you're gonna get a lot.
Right.
Yeah. So what'd you find out about me on the internet?
I just found you get your family on there and just tells you describes who you are. Yeah. And she's very comfortable to be around. So she's not wearing a suit, casual.
No, I don't like suits.
Got a nice smile. So
Yeah.
Can't be wrong.
They want it. When people call in an attorney, when they call me, I want it to be an easy experience.
Yeah.
Because you're in crisis if you're calling in some way or another, and really I want to listen. I want to hear what's going on and direct you.
Yeah.
And advise you. Yeah.
It's important.
I think it is. I think it's really important. And it's a small community, so there's just a lot of resources here.
Phone number again is what?
831-458-0502.
Okay, and extension?
111.
And her website is Borasi Law, BORASI law.com.
Yes. Glad I didn't use my maiden name in there, or else that wouldn't work out so well.
Okay. What? Give me the whole name.
Gina Occhipinti Borasi. I
would just butcher that.
Yeah, I mean, when I got married, I wasn't sure if I should just let go of Occhipinti, but I really do love my last name. And
no, it's great.
Yeah, so I just
it's very Italian.
made it very long.
Huh?
Yeah,
it's very Italian. So, come on in, come see her, give her a call. If you need her, give her a call. She's right here. She'll refer you to anybody. If you need an attorney, she's a sweetheart. Can't go wrong. BorasiLaw.com. Phone number we give you. The website's it's all on the website there, so you can't miss it. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I hope never to see you again.
Oh, come on. So if I see you out and I say, oh, Neil.
No, that's different.
I don't even know who that is. Hey.
That happened just a minute ago. Remember? Some guy, hey, Neil. Oh, who's that guy? I have no idea. But thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
Yeah,
It was
thanks.
nice to meet you.
It was really nice to meet you.
It was fun. Let me see. Hang on a second. Let me see. Who have I got next? Coming up next on the Off It Radio Show is Thursday at the Palms. Rapati and Rose singing for me. Friday at Midtown, Tatiana the Treetop and Super Bloom. And Saturday at the California Coffee Shop is none other than the Joint Chiefs playing live.
Ooh.
Three great live shows coming up there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You can check it out on offletradio.com.